Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Untitled Chapter viewers. In this video, I have a pretty interesting one for you guys. A lot of people probably aren't going to believe this, but Apple doesn't deliberately slow down older devices according to a benchmark analysis. So a lot of people say, oh, the new iPhone came out, Apple's going to make my old phone slower. And people say this all the time, and it actually aggravates me a little bit sometimes because people actually believe it. Like, I understand the joke, like, haha, whatever, but Apple doesn't actually try to do that. So let's take a look at some of these charts here and see exactly what these guys found in their tests. So benchmarking company Futuremark recently set out to debunk long-running speculation that Apple intentionally slows down older iPhones when it releases new software updates as a way to encourage its users or customers to buy new devices. They collected over 100,000 benchmark results from 7 different iPhone models across 3 versions of iOS. And they made these charts. So here's the iPhone 5S GPU performance versus iOS 9 versus iOS 10 versus iOS 11. And as you can see, it stays relatively the same. In some cases, it's actually a little faster here at the end. So that is proof right there that they're not throttling the iPhone's 5S's GPU performance at all through software updates. So it's remained pretty much constant. And there are little variations, of course. It's different every time you run the device, but they're all within normal levels according to Futuremark. And here is the CPU performance. It does go down a little bit, but it remains relatively constant. I mean, if you look at that, that's pretty flat. So that is pretty good. So here is the iPhone 6 GPU versus CPU performance. You can see the GPU actually goes up with iOS 11. Because iOS 11 is so well optimized in some of those categories. CPU performance does take a slight dip. However, that is probably due to a little bit of throttling, probably for battery. That's my guess. Because GPU is more in intensive games, CPU is more what you would use just every day using your device. And here is the iPhone 6s GPU performance. As you can see, relatively constant here, and the CPU performance relatively constant, goes down a little bit, but again, I think that's for battery reasons. iPhone 7 GPU performance actually goes up, and iPhone 7 CPU goes down a little bit. Again, these are all consistently going down for the CPU a little bit, and I think that is, again, for battery things. So GPU's gone up in like every version, so that's pretty impressive. So anyone that says, oh, my phone feels slower playing this game, probably doesn't. Because these benchmarks show that the scores are actually a little higher on iOS 11. So there are other things that you need to keep in mind when you are updating to a new iOS version, like new features. They eat up more system resources that can make the device feel slower. So that's one thing. And also, operating system updates introduce more advanced APIs and technology. So again, you need newer hardware for that. So some things may feel a little slower. That's actually true. They could feel slower. But overall, Apple is not hurting the devices at all intentionally, according to these results here. So that's pretty much all I got for this video, guys. I just wanted to show you this, and you can share it with your friends who say, oh, Apple's, iOS 11 is going to hurt my device's overall performance. The only way it would do that is if it just can't handle the new features. But Apple really does do well with keeping their phones up to date and on the latest firmwares, and they support their phones for a long time. And I think that these results here pretty much show that they're not intentionally slowing down anyone's device. So that's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.